you? Hope you're doing well. Welcome to another YouTube video of mine. So today I'm going to talk about something which really I needed, and this is something which really bothers me. And I thought when I was planning for my next video, I thought there'd be a lot of people who maybe, are sailing in the same boat that I am. Hence, I'm going to talk about how to not let one negative thought or one bad moment ruin your day. So this usually happens, like with me, as in, I read like a bad text or get like a bad comment, or usually if my morning does not go according to the way I've planned it, I just hate it. I like sticking to the routine, I like sticking to the plan, and if that does not happen, it really bothers me and it affects me, and that really disturbs my entire flow or my entire mood of the day. So if you are someone who's struggling with the same issue, then don't worry, your girl got you. I am actually going to share with you a few tips that I have gone through, I have digged, and they kind of help me to get out of it. So I'm going to share it with you guys so that it will help you as much as it helps me. So before getting into the tips, actually the most important thing is to understand why does this happen. So we as humans, we have the tendency that when we see or when we get into a negative situation, or we read like something which is like a negative comment, or let's say like a message or something like that, we try to link it with the previous messages or like the previous incidents which were not good for us, hit us hard, or were negative, or have impacted our life in a way. So we start linking these two things together, and then we literally start getting into that whole zone of negativity, and it's like we are going deep into the black hole and we're never coming back. So that is what usually happens. And also, we humans are hardwired in a way that we tend to see negative things in a situation, because that helps us to be prepared, or to embrace ourselves, for the next situation which is going to be negative. But this is something which really is not good for our mind, because if we literally get into the habit of doing it, then in every situation we're just gonna focus on the negatives and never gonna look at the positives. So we kind of have to train our brain to focus more on positives, focus more on good things, and put the negative things aside slowly and slowly. This is going to take time. It's not something that you do once and then you're going to be like an expert. Like everything in life, you have, it will take some time. You have to embrace it, you have to practice it, and then you will become experts. So now that we have understood onto why we feel these negative emotions, or why we get into this whole loop of negative emotions, let us get straight into the tips on how to prevent this from happening. So the first and the most important thing is to observe your emotions. So whenever you feel angry or frustrated or upset, acknowledge the fact that you're feeling it. Get out of that situation, go to like a room where there's nobody, and say to yourself that I am angry, or I am feeling frustration, or I am feeling upset, and understand, talk to yourself, think about it onto why are you feeling that emotion. For any change to happen, or any to understand what process we need to follow to change, or to prevent it from happening, the most important thing is to understand why it is happening. So think about it, spend some time with yourself and understand, why is this happening? Why are you feeling that rage, or why are you feeling that anger? And then the second and the most important thing is to understand or to analyze if this actually is a negative situation, or maybe you have just misinterpreted it. For example, you know what, I'm actually going to give you an example of from my own life. So the other day, I told my dad that I want to work out with you, that is go you know, because I was skipping my workouts a lot. So I told my dad that, you know what, I'm just gonna come for a walk with you, or come, you know, go for a cycle with you, because like that way I will not you know, skip it, and I'll be much regular. So I told him on that Sunday night that, you know what, just wake me up. And I already told you that I'm really like particular about my morning routines. Like if my morning does not go according to the way I have planned it, it really messes me up, it puts me in a bad space, you know, and then I just go into this whole negative loop, and I feel like, okay, my whole day is ruined. So was actually my inspiration for this video, because this happened, you know. I said I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people who are sailing in the same boat that I am, and I want, you know, to help them to deal with it better. So coming back to the story, I was really pissed. And then, you know, in the evening, when I was so frustrated that, you know what, this one small silly thing ruined my entire day, that when I actually sat and analyzed, I thought, I mean, this is such a silly thing. And when I spoke to him on to why you did not wake me up, he said, because I saw you working late on Sunday, and I did not want to, you know, ruin, you know, wake you up and disturb you. So I decided not to wake you up. But you took the entire thing in a negative direction. And that is when I actually understood that the situation was actually neutral, or maybe positive, and I completely misinterpreted it into a negative situation. So this also does happen. So whenever you are in a negative situation, just take a step back and understand or analyze onto, is this really a negative situation, or is my head just looking at the negative things and not focusing on the positive things? So ask yourself this question, and this will really help you.
So for the following habits, I thought let us switch up our video style just to make it a little bit more fun. So the third tip is that instead of putting all your thoughts in your mind and cluttering it, it is easier if you write it down, because it is scientifically proven that whenever you write down your thoughts, it is easy for your brain to process it and move on. So the fourth tip is, it is kind of like an extension for the second tip, which is to take a step back and analyze the situation. So just to make it easier and clearer, we can actually write it down in a notebook. I usually prefer it doing in my journal, where I divide my page into two halves, and on the left side I write about facts, things that we know for sure, and on the right side I write about my worries, my assumption, and my fears. This will help me to view the situation every time logically instead of emotionally, and this is important for me to get back control on my day. And then the next thing which you can do is try to get out of your head, and this can be done by either doing your workout, or calling a friend, going for a run, or going out of your house, or just do a fun little dance to get out of your head. Here I'm actually coloring. This is like a book that it's an adult coloring book which I bought from Amazon. I'm going to just show you a couple of things that I already colored. I love doing this because it helps me relax. Sometimes I actually watch a film, and while watching a film I do this. I just love it. So I'm just going to link it down below. If you're interested, just check it out. So the next tip is to start meditating. Meditation is something which really calms you down and gives you positivity and lets you connect with your own self. I personally follow Sadhguru's Isha Kriya type of meditation. It lasts for 7 to 11 minutes. If you are a beginner and you feel it is difficult, start with 3 minutes. You can check out a lot of videos on YouTube and also follow the Sadhguru's method, but just do it for 3 minutes. Keep on pushing yourself and try to focus and connect with your inner self. So the next step is to start having a gratitude list. Now this is something which I do every night before sleeping. It helps you to develop positive thinking. In this, I actually take out my gratitude notebook and fill in 5 things that I'm thankful for in that day. Sometimes it can be as basic as thank you for parents, thank you for friends, thank you for the opportunities, thank you for the food on my plate. And something as basic as these will also help you to develop a positive mentality. And last but not the least, but also my most favorite habit or tip is to do affirmation list. I cannot tell you enough on how much this really changes your thought process. So every morning as soon as I wake up, the first thing I'll do is take out my affirmation notebooks from my drawer and write down my affirmations. I do 6 affirmations each day. You can change your affirmations every day if you want, or you can stick to the same affirmations if you want, but trust me guys, this is the best way. Thank you guys for watching this video. Do let me know if there's something which you want me to film. Have a nice day. Bye bye.